Today is day 133 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on at 50% of the way through learning Ruby on Rails here at Codecademy. I think we are actually going to... No. You did this yesterday. Wrong. You're going to assume the napping position below the desk. Below the desk! With no claws. Okay. Good. Fur everywhere. Marching on. Little kitty, you're ridiculous. You just get comfy and stop being little. Good. Codecademy. Successful. We were looking at something. Yes, the two sections, the last two. We've made it through section 1, getting started. That was painful. We made it through section 2, saving data, also painful. But now we're on to the last bit. Section 5 is the paid for content / activity stuff. So, meh. We are left with Associations 1 and Associations 2. We're going to do our best to knock out both today. I don't know if we're going to continue on to Authentication the following course today. We're probably just going to focus on Associations. And speaking of Associations, let's dive right into the first one. All right. 9 sections. Go time. From the top, we built a Rails app that stores data using a single model. What if we want to build an app with more than one kind of data, like team and athlete? Both team and athlete would have different columns and would get messy to represent both in one column. Instead, we can represent them using 2 models. Let's see how this works by building a Rails app for a travel app. Instructions: create a new app named Travel App. It's Rails new travel app, right? No, Rails install. No, it's Rails new. Rails new. I don't think it's new. Travel app. Let's try. Aha! We got it. It was Rails new. Off to a good start. That's a rarity. Now we're gonna install the gems. Damn. I know it's bundle install, but don't we call it something? Oh no, it's bundle install gem files. I can't remember if it's camel case or not. I know gem is capitalized. Let's do bundle install gem files. Let's go with that. Thinking. Damn. Bundle. Remember to use bundle to install the gem. Is it just bundle install? Show gem name. We're close. Bundle install gem files. We'll do upper camel case. Okay. We'll check the other. There's still hope for today. There's still hope. This could be the turning point. Maybe we're gonna be like, holy hell, Rails is awesome. We're keeping an open mind. We need that first page, though. Was it the first page or second? Wait, no, that was the introduction to Ruby. We need something entirely different. We need the first lesson of Rails. D. Rails, and then section 1. That's what we used yesterday for a reference. Oh, it's just bundle install. I thought there was something more to it. My bad. Okay. So bundle install. Enter. Check. And now run the local server and visit. Enter. No. Click the link. And now that we've got that, we run it again. Green check mark. Good times. I never know if something is supposed to be showing up here. The entire Rails course, the last 3 days, it's just been not found. Very few activities have had a page that they actually render and display. All right, section 2 of 9, model 1. Great, let's look at the request response cycle. We need 4 parts to build the travel app. Modules, controllers, routes, and views. Let's begin by creating the models. Generate a model named tag. I feel like we're going to need to reference the other course from yesterday. Let's back out. Rails, section 2, saving data. And they should have a models section. How did they know? They're already on section 2 model. Like they knew we were coming. In the terminal, Rails generate model message, but we will be doing tag instead. Let's get rid of message, tag, and enter. That's one thing down. Cool. So far, so good. 2, generate another model named destination and paste that. Copy. Highlighting is difficult in the terminal. All right, there we go. That works. Enter. All that stuff works. We got 2 green check marks. This never happens. 3, in app, models, tag, add a has memory method like this. So in here, app, models. Now I wonder why that is. It's missing. All of them have been missing. That can't be. That just seems so odd. Models, tag, class blah blah. Can I just add one? New file, tag.rb, add. And let's just throw this guy in there. Class tag, active law. Run that. Oh my god, we got a green check mark. I'm not sure why that worked. I mean, I can see why it worked. We set up a tag file, but usually it just yells at us. We've done this kind of thing before in all the past exercises, and it doesn't let us through. It's working. This is good. This is good. We're just going to pretend it's not happening and keep marching forward. In app models destination, also not there. So let's go ahead and set that up as well. New file, destination.rb, add, and we're opening that. Belongs to tag. Run this. This is cool. It's actually working. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, mainly because the last 2 days were a complete hell, but this seems positive. Green check marks, so that's good. So models 1 is down, and now we're into section 3, models 2. All right, what did we just do? They're reading our minds again. 1, we created 2 models named tag and destinations. In the models file, we use the methods has many and belongs to define an association between tag and destination. 3, has many destinations denotes that a single tag can have multiple destinations. Belongs to tag denotes that each destination belongs to a single tag. The has many / belongs to pair is frequently used to define one to many relationships. A few examples are a library has many books. Books belong to a library. An album has many photos. A photo belongs to an album. A store has many products, and a product belongs to a store. Okay, good. That makes sense. Instructions 4, not too bad. 1, now there's an association between tag and destination. Let's continue and add columns to the migration files. Open the migration file in database. Migrate. There's nothing in migrate. There's seeds in migrate, empty folder. So let's see what we can do. For the tags, add the following column. I wonder. Because they didn't reference a file name. Like the other ones, they told us destination.rb and tag.rb, so we were able to add them in to apps. But here in migrate, we can't add in a new. I mean, we have the ability to add a new file, but we don't know what to title it. Maybe we can just call it whatever we want. New file. It's just my concern. I know, I realize in the real world, we obviously could add whatever file name we wanted. It's just here in Codecademy, they look for a lot of the like file names and then code within, you know, a certain chunk of code within a certain file name to kind of verify to get the green check mark. So there's a balance here of trying to get through the activity with the green check marks for them, and also the general understanding of how it actually works, real world scenario. So let's do well, maybe it's, I don't think it's seeds, because they said /migrate. So what should we call it? Table or a column? Table. Let's call it table. .rb. Seeds has .rb, so let's do table.rb. Maybe if we get an error, if we do it wrong, we can take whatever table name they're looking for. I like that plan. Okay, let's do that plan. See, falling on our face is useful. So add a string column called title. I think they went over this yesterday, but it was freakishly confusing because everything was broken. Create messages model. Opening text. Raking. Wonder if it was controller view is probably create messages. So create, there we go. Create table. Oh, migrate what? Let's look at what they have the title named here. This is awesome. This is good. We're piecing together our nightmare. Oh, that's an actual. The table was created, and that's the date timestamp. So it'll be something different. So maybe that's okay. Maybe it's the create messages that they're looking for. This is the Ruby on Rails equivalent of a murder mystery dinner. We're trying to figure out what file name belongs here in migrate. Where the deuce did our table file go? Did we not save it? God, we didn't add it under something else, did we? You know, there's just a random table.rb file floating around in Codecademy's database. Let's not worry about that. Open the migration file. Add the following columns. We add a column. A model file, a migration file, open migration file, change methods, use create table, and add text, or add content, and then timestamp. So t.text adds a text column called content, then we want a string column, so a text column, so we would do something similar. Let's do, first off, we're going to steal their name, rename, select all, copy. We are really patching this together. New file. We're going to leave the date time from yesterday. In here, and in this file, we're going to have copy. We're probably going to need to change a lot of that, but I just want to see class create messages, active record migration, define change. I'm assuming it'll want all the same info and need to follow all the same stuff. Table messages do t, and instead of t.content for the column name, we're going to do column for titles and images. We're going to have two text. Let's get a second one. Copy. One will be title. And the other will be image. If this works, that's going to be shocking. Let's go ahead and run it. It didn't like us. Make sure the tag migration file has columns for title and image, both of type string. So t.string. God, I hope. Maybe. Ring. That's the only other guess that I can come up with. Run once again. Damn, I was really hopeful that was gonna work. So, what did we need to change, if anything? Close that. Let's run it once again. It should give us the correct code at some point. There we go. Having trouble? Absolutely. Get code. Restoring workspace. Workspace restored. And now... So this one should be gone. Let's delete that one. Yeah, confirm. Okay, so this is what they actually wanted. We were pretty close. We got t.string and t.name, or yeah, t.string for name and image. I mean, what more could they have wanted? Well, we can see what more they wanted, but it doesn't make sense why they didn't give us the green check marks for that, though. And it has that awful date timestamp name as well. Strange. Okay. I'm still pretty sure that I'm doing things mostly correctly. At least based off the instructions they're giving. Kinda hard to tell. Let's keep marching on. 2. Next, in the migration file for the destination table, add the following columns. A string, column name, A string, column, add string column description, the line, t.reference, tag, which we now have. Run the migration to update the database between the tag and destination. Open up database seeds. We've added a few items here to seed the database with tags. Run rake db :seed to seed the database with the dbseeds.rb. All right, so all of that went down. Very similar to what we did yesterday with the rake db migrate and rake db seed. Nice work. What did we just do? We added 2 strings, title and image, which we did. We added 3 string columns, name, image, and description to the destination table. They did that. We also added the t.reference :tag to the destinations table. This adds a foreign key pointing to the tags table. Finally, we ran the migration to update the database and seeded the database with the data in the dbseeds.rb. Instructions. Now that the models are set up, let's move on to the rest of the request response cycle and create a controller, a route, and a view. Generate a controller named tags. Okay, for controller, it was something. You know, we probably could have just stayed in section 2, but let's check out section 1 again. And we are looking for a controller. All right. Setting up controller. Rails generate controller pages. That's what we needed. Copy. Rails generate controller tags. And enter. 1 green check mark down. 2, in the route file, add a new route that maps the request to tag to the tags controllers to tag controllers index. In the routes file. Oh yes, yeah, I remember. It's up here in config with routes and Is it get something? I think there's quotes involved. I think there's an equal sign with an arrow and some more quotes. They could be single quotes. Now, what needs to happen? Let's look at Rails, big, routes, copy, single quotes, although I'm sure double would suffice. So we're mapping the route from at a new route that maps requests to tags to the tags controller index action. So the action is index for tags. I wonder if it should be capitalized or lowercase. Pages, tags, we'll leave it lowercase. And this will be /tags. I hope run. It still hates us. Full error. Same error as before in this area. That's all right. Can we do anything else? Maybe let's try just proceeding on past the grayed out instructions or through the grayed out instructions, cutting through the fog of war. Maybe we can piece together this nightmare and just get all the green check marks at once. We'll try. Then in the tags controller, add the index action to display a list of all the tags. To do this, fetch all tags from the database and store them in @tags. So I think that would actually be from section 2. Let's open a section 1 tab, and we'll have a section 2 tab, so we don't have to keep jumping between them. There we go. All right. So that's out of the way. That's section 1. This is section 2. And the controller section, they probably asked for display somewhere in the route file. Create that. Then the message controller, add an index, which add a new route that maps the /tags, the controller index, which is what we did here. So we're good on that front. Then in the tags controller, index the action, fetch the data from the database, and store them in a variable tag. I think that is view. Let's check out section 4 from yesterday. Yes, the @stuff. Nice work. Why does the message controller use an action named index? Check out the diagram. Rails, standard controller, doing common operations with data. Here we want to display a list of all messages. So we use the index action. Putting it all together, when a user visits blah 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 messages, the routes file maps this request to messages controller's index action. The index action retrieves all messages from the database and stores them in variables @messages. So, okay, here, we're on it. Message controller. Database. Migrate. No. Config. Where the deuce is it? Maybe it's app? Views. Messages. Message controller. Am I crazy? Configure readme. Vendor, plugins, assets, APM, scripts, public, log file perhaps. Library. Assets, document, readme, database, test seed, schema development, migrate has the date time file, config, locales, initializers. Where the hell did this message file come from? Environment, bin, and app. Controllers. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. My bad. My bad. Just getting caught up in the confusion. Alright, so message controller RB. Let's look at that on ours. We want app controllers. Why are all these missing? Like the message controller. There's so much stuff always missing. And when we try to create it, like we did in this, it blows up in our face. We'll name it though. New file. Message controller, rename, copy. Good enough. Close that. Add. We are getting beyond exhausted. The mental effort to try and figure this out is painful when you have no idea what to do. Because I have no idea how Ruby or how Rails actually functions. This is extremely monkey see, monkey do right now. Oh, and we put it in concerns, you soulless son of a... Let's delete that file. Yes, confirm delete. We'll close concerns. Here within controller, we'll add a new file. Ta-da! That's better. Message controller. And here they had all this fun stuff. All copy. You probably don't need all of that. In fact, a lot of it probably needs to be changed. Now, what else? Alright, so in the tag controller, add the index action to display a list of all the tags. To do this, fetch all tags from the database and store them in a variable at tags. So, class message controller, application controller, define index, I guess, which would be at tags, and capital tags all. I think. Let's see, what's the next one? We'll probably need to get rid of all of this. And I'm not sure if the render is actually needed. I don't think it is. We probably just need that. We can probably get rid of 6 through 16. As well as all the private stuff. We can probably just get rid of all of that. So, anyways, after the @tags, 4. in-app/reviews/tags index.html.erb at line 12. At line 12. Oh, in the new. Okay, so apps. Cool. Open. Views. Down here. Views. Tags. And index.html.erb. Holy crap, they actually have the file they were talking about. That's shocking. At line 12, iterate through each tag in tags array. Oh my god, we're gonna pass out on stream. It's gonna happen one of these days. To do through tags and display each one with this HTML. Div class card col xs4 tags images go here, hz tags title goes here, div. So am I filling in the info? I kind of feel like I fill in the info. We should also check section 2. We can probably just steal it from there, but the @tags array. We provided CSS and apps asset. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. It's just this. So to do loop through tags and display. It's got to be @tags, right? Let's look. This right here. That's what we're looking for. Something freakishly similar to that. Apps views messages. And this was apps views tags index. Oh, maybe not. Damn you. Damn. Yeah, no. Tags index and messages index. So these are totally interchangeable. Div with paragraphs. Okay. Now what? So we need to exchange message for tags and @tag. Tag S plural and tag singular. Copy tag. God, I hope that's okay. Class, and we can check the CSS file to verify what they're referring to it as. Right? Message v and v. Okay. So here the class was message. And what's the file name we're looking for? Wow, this is extremely roundabout. What do we do? Apps views tags in apps assets style sheet applications. So apps apps then assets. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Hold on, hold on. Do. Okay. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're back. There are texty chat issues. All right. So we were looking at the CSS to verify the class name to make sure it was just tag versus tags. So we're going to retrace our steps here from yesterday's activity for app assets, style sheet. I think it's application. No? Messages? Okay, messages. And dot something. Classes are periods, IDs are hashtags, right? In CSS? Yeah. Yeah. So it was dot message, which is what we updated. And what else? Now we check over here. All right, don't mind me. Jumping between texting in the real world and juggling this never-ending mystery. So we made it. We didn't make it anywhere, did we? We didn't even open up the right thing. App assets, style sheet, tags. Application. So here they've got in application. So dot tag. Look at that. See dot header. Dot tags. Container card. Now they do have a dot tag. That's dot tag image. So I think it should be dot tags in general for the class. And that's what I was trying to check. Wow, they have a hilarious amount. That must be for the table. That must be for all the table information. Yeah. Columns, blah, 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 and all that. So that's the bottom. We were just focused, or we just need to focus on here. So they have dot tag, heading 2, image, dot tags. I'm going to do dot tags. I am. That's just, it seems like tags Oh, and we did put tags for the class name. Okay, so we left it plural. Did we open some other thing that we didn't need? What is... Oh, no. Okay, so we were checking the class. That's correct. And now the div class should be... That's what we were trying to figure out here. If this should be plural or singular. We're going to try... This is as far as we can make it. We're going to try plural first. We're going to try plural first. Do we need to get rid of the time and content stuff? I don't think so. Maybe we do. Point is, all of this is painful. Let's go ahead and run. We got an overwhelming suspicion that that was a lot of wasted time for nothing. Syntax error. Same one we were getting earlier, which means we just have to run through it. Having trouble, get code. That's soul crushing after all that searching. So what did they end up doing? Class was tags, that's good to know. At tags dot each. You know what? They did have that format thing, and we didn't pay any attention to it. You know what? Maybe we did. Let's open it back up. So in the percentages, tags dot each do t, we had that. We didn't have the column thing. I don't think we had image tag. Death. Well, let's read on. Ideally, what were they hoping for? Now, 1. Now that the models are set up, let's move on to the rest of the request response cycle. Create a tag, a route, and a view. Generate a controller named tag. 2. In the route file, add a new route that maps the request to /tags to the tags controller index action. Then in the tags controller, add the index action to display a list of all the tags. To do this, fetch all the tags from the database, store them in a variable at tags in app views tags index.html.erb at line 12. Iterate through each tag in the at tags array. Then for each tag, display its title and image. We've provided the CSS and apps asset style sheet application. View with localhost. And we did get code, everything's set, they restored everything, and it still doesn't load. It also loads with an error message, but we cleared that already. Not understanding who's checking the Ruby portion, the Rails portion of their site. There's a rail straight through my soul. That's what it feels like. Okay. Good times. All right, section 5. Show a tag. This has been painful. Well done. The app now displays a list of tags from the database. Instructions. Let's add another action to display a specific tag. Looking at the 7 standard controller actions, we need to use the show action. Let's see it. Let's set it up now. First, in routes file, add this route. Get tag blah 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 as tag. Here we use as : to name this route tag. Copy routes and run. How can that still give us a red check mark? And usually they don't give us the example or hint, which they probably do something similar, but that's why we did all the runaround stuff from last exercise to piece things together with the new context alone. Fortunately, they gave us this here, but to that point, it didn't work. So let's run it again and see what they actually suggest. You know what? What else are they going to add? Then in the tags controller, define show. Let's do that. Copy, define show. And 3 in app view. Yeah, F that noise. That just none of that's gonna work. We already know it's not gonna work. It's been 3 days of painful commitment. Alright, it's loading. So, get code. Oh look, exactly what we have in controller. And exactly what we had here in routes. Ta-da! Still didn't want to give us the green check mark for 1 or 2. And let us progress to 3. There's gotta be, I don't know where the issue resides. I know it's on their side. The issue somewhere. Okay. 3. In the apps view tags, show html.erb inside the h2 element, display a tag's title. Then in div class equals cards, iterate through each destination in the @destinations array and display its image, name, and description. Finally, in app view tag index.html.erb within the %@tags.each do t end block, add this link to learn more, tag path. By giving the route in step 1 the name tag, Rails automatically creates a helper method named tag path. We use tag path t here to generate the URL to a specific tag's path. For example, tag 1. We have a clever solution. If only we got to see it in action. Restored everything, still not found. As we've come to expect, kinda hurts. Nice job. The app displays all destinations that belong to a tag. How does it work? When a user visits http localhost 8000 tag/1, they get route/tags :id tag hashtag show for the action. Sends this request to the tags controller, show action with ID 1 in params. The destination, the @destinations equals tag destinations, retrieves all the destinations that belong to tag, stores them in destinations. The has many /belongs to association lets us query for destinations like this. The tag and its destinations are sent to the view to be displayed. Let's add functionality to see destinations. Generate a controller named destinations. So this would be in section 1. Controller. Rails generate controller. Something. Destinations. Right? Yeah. Rails generate. Good. So my guess was right. Mostly. But we are doing... I thought we already created a controller for destinations. Maybe they need another one? copy. And enter. One green check mark down. Awesome. Okay, so the next bit. Next, in route files. Damn. So close. Next, route files, which will be in config and routes. Map. Request destination/ID to the destination controller's show action. Use as to name the route destinations. Similar to this, copy. So //ID goes in here. //ID to show, which would be destinations. And as destination. Let's go ahead and run that. How could that be wrong? Why? Why? It doesn't make sense. Death. I don't think it's wrong. It's just, it's soul crushing. It's the motivation and the frustration. It's the motivation to continue. It's being slowly killed here. And the frustration towards Ruby and Rails specifically. It's just, it's bad times. Bad times. That's what it feels like. And I'm trying to resist letting the hate consume, which is extremely difficult when they keep kicking us when we're down like this. So we're just trying to ignore it and march on as best as possible. Little Kitty's got the idea. She's just sleeping on the floor behind us. That's the way to do it. Completely ignore everything and just sleep through it. Close. Run again. Because, you know, why not, right? Run once more. Followed by get code. All right. Then, in the destinations controller, set up the show action, use the params to find destination by ID, save it in @destinations, then view app views destinations, show html.erb, display the destinations, images, names, descriptions. Finally, in app views tags, show html.erb below destination's description, use a link to, add a link to that destination, you see more for the link. By giving show a route name of destinations, Rails automatically creates a helper method named destination path. Use destination path to generate a URL to specific destination's path. View tags 1. Can't view it. Can't view it. Good. Consistency. It's an important skill in life. Great. Now the app has a specific destination. Let's continue by adding actions across the update, a destination's name and description, looking at the 7 standard Rails actions. We need to use the edit and update actions to do this. Let's set them up now. First, in the routes file, config routes rb, add these routes, open a file within config and routes. We are adding those. Copy. Enter. Hmm. Maybe that's just what it is. I wanted patch to be more indented over to the right, but I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. So run. Hates everything we do, as usual. Good, good. And we're gonna get the code. Beautiful. The only saving grace, at least get code works. We would be screwed. We've only come across, I think, one section of an activity like this, how this is section 7. At least one section, but maybe 2 tops, but definitely 1. But it's been extremely limited, so that's good. Where the get code, where it's supposed to correct the environment, where that was broken. That was bad times. That was not good. So considering how many times we've needed to use get code to restore whatever is missing from each of these activities, I'm glad to see at least that's functioning. So silver lining, good times. All right, so get destinations and other stuff. 2, the destinations controller below the show action, add an edit action, define edit at destinations, destination find, params ID, and below the edit action, add a private method like so, private define destinations params.require, destination.permit, name, description, and between the edit action and the private method, add an update action, define update, destination.find, params ID, if destinations.update attributes, destination params redirect to action, show, edit destination, else render edit. And in app view destination edit html.erb inside div class container, use form4 to create a form with the fields of the at destination object. Look back at this exercise. Which exercise are they referring to? Let's find out. Nice work. The app now, blah, blah, blah. Section 5 of something. Saving data, which I believe was section 2. What was that? We are running low on oxygen. Not good. Death. It's always lurking there, waiting for us. 3. No, we don't need anything on this one. That's section 1. Okay, so 7. Finally, app stuff, edit. Oh, we were look back at the exercise we did. 6. Finally, in app views destinations, show.html.erb, use link to create a link to the destination's edit path. Use edit for the link text. By giving the edit route a name of edit destination, Rails automatically creates a helper method named edit destination path. Use it to generate a URL to a specific destination's edit path. Use it to generate a URL to a specific destination's edit path. 7. Visit localhost 8000 tags 1 in the browser to click on a destination, then click edit button to edit the destination's name and description. Alright, that's the end of 7. I do wish I could kind of see it. I mean, I definitely wish I could see what is supposed to be rendering here in all of its glory. Considering it's the new section, some of them, there is a lot of content that's being done or added, and like to be able to see how the functionality plays out. I mean, even not that I've looked at many of coding books. Hell, I don't even actually know if I have seen a coding book aside from screenshots online recommendation of books to get or whatever, at least they'll show examples of stuff in addition to the text, like just the text version. I don't even know how to explain it. I can see here what it looks like, but not being able to visually see when it is a visual thing, I guess. At least I think it's a visual thing. Maybe it's all just structural backend stuff. But it feels like we're supposed to be setting up, the database or whatever, and then it would display all of that, and it would be nice to get a feel for what the hell Ruby and Rails looks like. My only context for Ruby and Rails that I'm aware of, I'm sure I've seen many sites developed via or utilizing Ruby and Rails. Codecademy, I know, uses Ruby and Ruby on Rails for their site, and that's tons of fun, but it would be nice to see here in the activity what the hell they're talking about and what they've been trying to have us do. So, yeah. Good. You know what, and I was going to equate it to, which I'm still going to reference it. It might not be a perfect analogy, but it would be like learning CSS without seeing any of the colors change. Just looking at, like, in here, app, assets, style sheet, application. It'd be like just looking at this. This isn't really the full glory of CSS. I mean, it's CSS, the language, but what it's actually doing, the formatting, you want to see all the fun formatted text, kind of like this, the white labels with the little folder icons and the breakdowns and the highlighting. Like, you want to see all the fun stuff that all this effort has gone into generating, and it's not there. It's been 3 days of broken activities. Leaves a lot to be desired for. Look at that. Okay, well, we're not in anything now, so now it's just reflection period, but that means we won't have to do the help get code for once in this activity for today, so that's cool. All right. Nicely done. You can now update a destination's name and description. How does it work? When you visit blah blah blah, one edit, which I don't want to click it because we should read through this first probably, maybe, who knows. When you visit blah blah blah, one edit. To edit a destination, it triggers the first turn of the request response cycle. We are really running low on oxygen. Damn. Water? Will water help? Who knows? I don't think water helped. Now we're just drowning. Okay. What are we doing? 1. The browser makes an HTTP GET request for the URL, destinations 1 edit. The Rails router maps the URL to the destination's controller edit action. The edit action finds the destination with ID 1, stores it in destination, and passes it on to the view apps destinations edit html.erb. In the view, form 4 creates a form with fields of the destination object. Then when you fill out the form and submit it, it triggers the second turn of the request response cycle. The browser sends the data to the Rails app via an HTTP post request to the URL destination update. This time, the Rails router maps the URL to the update action. The update uses the destination params method to safely collect data from the form. It finds the destination in the database, updates it, updates its attributes, and redirects to the destination's show page. Cool. Next, continue. Request response cycle 3. Guide for navigating a Rails app with a form. So the first day was was what? The first day was just the request response cycle. Then yesterday was, how does the request response cycle work when there's a database involved? And then today's activity, this is the first time we've had a photo, to visualize what the hell is going on. So today's was focusing on the request response cycle with a database, but updating, the ability to update via a form. So you'd set up the form, request the form, blah, 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 throw in the new information to make the edit, send that back, and then it will display the database with the updated information via the handy form that we used. Good to know. Very cool. That would be awesome to see it. All the more reason why that would be helpful. And this is basically the same thing we were reading over here. Oh, little kitty. Look at that. Look at you. You're a little cat. What if we open... No. You're not going to be napping here. Okay, there we go. We've got a tiny cat with very little space on our desk. Let's shimmy you over. Nice. Okay. Me and her having to share the desk. Now. Yeah, that's mostly the same info as last time, so... C'est la vie. Right? Onwards. Section 9. Here we go. Congratulations, you built a travel app that uses a database to store two kinds of data. What can we generalize so far? We connected a tag to its destinations using associations. In this case, a tag has many destinations, and a destination belongs to one tag. The has many belongs to pair can be used to model other one-to-many relationships which occur frequently. Rails provides 7 standard controller actions can be used to do common things such as display and change data. Good times. Now that I know what the hell they were actually talking about, the whole the whole lesson, now I really wish I could see the actual app that they created, but no. Not gonna happen. Up next, associations 2. Model many-to-many relationships to build powerful Rails apps. This hurts. This is like going to the zoo and then standing outside of the zoo, like behind the fence. Yes, all the animals in the zoo are in cages and behind fences and whatnot. So you being outside of the zoo's fence, looking through, like, it's just, you're so close, you're right there. And we're right here. We're going through all the activities, we're reading all the instructions, we're trying our best to figure it out, but death. Death. Do. What else are we looking for? Yeah, do. Alright, cool. Don't mind me. Chat issues. Very well. Not chat, text issues on my phone. What are we doing? We're gonna... No, little cat, you're just laying on everything. You're small and furry. How many sections are in section 4? many to many associations to let's do this. Happy thoughts. You know what? Hold on. We're gonna blow our nose. We're gonna find a Kleenex or a tissue, blow our nose, drink some water, and find the motivation to power through this last bit of Rails, because it's really needed. It hurts. Everything hurts. All right. Dear God, we're alive. Barely. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. We are mostly... Oh God, we're trapped. We're trapped. Our chair. The desk and the chair are fighting. We're trapped on the chair. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna power through. The last second of Ruby on Rails. And let's actually open one more tab. This will be reference to section 3. Since we've had to reference all the previous lessons for examples as everything cascades through. No, little cat. Just find a seat and stop being little. Okay, cool. Here we go. One of 7 sections. Wow. Oh, I thought it was I thought there were 4 sections of movies. It's many to many, models 1, 2, movies 1, 2, actors 1, generalizations. Go time. Go time. So far, we've made an app that stores data using 2 models. We've used has many and belongs to associations to model a one-to-many relationship between the data. Not all data is one-to-many. For example, a movie has many actors in the cast, but each actor also has many movies she starred in. Yes. To model this data, we need a many-to-many relationship. Let's see how to do this by building a Rails app for a movie website. Create a new app named Movie App. Rails new movie app. Is that right? Install the gems, which is bundle install. Hey, watch your toes. That's F3 and F4. Don't touch those. Bundle install. Enter. So far, so good. Run local server, visit first, and then run. Green check mark. Pretty good. Section 1 through 7. Hey, your foot is on the escape key. Bad little kitty. Bad little kitty. Can you hold the phone for chat? That would be super awesome. Don't sleep on whatever. Don't even care. Don't even care. Do your thing. You know what? Here. I'll set my phone. We'll swap the keyboard for where the phone is. Clever, right? Now, looking at the request response cycle, we need 4 parts to build the movie app: models, controllers, routes, and views. Let's begin by creating the models. Create a movie model, which was something followed by something. It's loading. It's loading. Models. Rails generate model message, right? Rails generate model movie. Whoa. Movie. What the? There we go. Enter. That's 1 down. Generate another model named actor. Generate third model named port. And now, oh, part. Part. I was like, what the hell's port? It's like, there aren't that many nautical movies. Actually, I'm sure there's plenty, but still. So yeah, port. Not port, it's part. There we go. Ta-da. I was like, that's weird that 3 got the red check mark. I was like, it probably should be 4 that gets the red check mark. So, open file, app, model, movie, which is appropriately missing, as normal. Hey, oh my god, it's not missing. What are the chances of that? So, movies, let's do new file. Movies.rb. Oh, is it just, it's just movie.rb? Inside the movie class, as many, yeah, I don't think this is gonna solve anybody's problem. Run. As many associations. Oh, maybe we put it in the wrong area. Maybe it just should be under models. Let's delete that file. Oh, that was movie under views. Models. Yeah, okay, so it was missing. I was like, holy crap, they finally have information. No, they don't have information. New. What do we want to call it? Movie.rb. This guy. Oh my god, that is a lot of highlighting. Highlighting overkill. How's that? Run. Wow, green check mark. Holy. So models also needs an actor. .rb. Running and running. God damn, son of a god. So app models actor.rb. We forgot the H. There we go. That was close. Okay, and 6 is parts. So same thing, same song and dance. Can't believe we've actually made it this far with getting green check marks. This is pretty freaking shocking. New file. Part or parts? Part. Individual. Singular. Add. Part. Followed by this, including the entirety of all the words and letters. And run. I cannot believe we made it through a whole section successfully. That is astonishing. Alright. Section 3. What did we just do? Since we actually did something instead of it having to do it for us. So, we did something. Check out the diagram in the browser. Oh my god, and there's a diagram in the browser? I mean later. What the hell is going on? Why is everything working? So, okay, the other thing, if this is working, then that means there's something catastrophically flawed with the last 3 sections. So, yeah, good. But that's okay. Just keep marching forward. 1, we created 3 models. Movie, actor, and part. 2, in the models, we use the has many through association to connect the movie model to the actor model through the part model. In this way, the has many through association sets up many-to-many relationships between movies and actors. Instructions. Now that there's an association between movie and actor, let's continue and add some columns to the migration files. Open the migration file in db migrate for the movie tabs. So first let's focus on this. So db migrate, nothing in there, typical, for the movies tables, and add the following columns. String column, blah, blah, blah. It's just, what's that table called? And you know what? It's probably all going to fall apart anyways. You know what? The only upside to not having the file name, but still having this. Wait, SVG, as in it's just a photo? I don't know. Everything feels terrible. I'm highly questionable of all this. Last time we had to do the create message and all this effort, and it just blew up in our face. It was essentially a complete waste of time. I'm glad we did it once, but we don't need it to be a catastrophic failure a second time. Hey, little cat, was that you typing? No? We'll never know. We're going to go ahead and just open anything, seeds, and we're going to run. Run again. You're a little cat. Run again. And lastly, hopefully that restores all the files from migrate. Here we go, get code. There you go, little cat. Oh god, you're stepping on stomach things and you're good. She's now beneath the desk. She's assumed the napping position. Alright. Yeah. Oh, so graceful. Right? Alright, migrate. Oh look, 3 whole files now in there that weren't before. Okay, so what are we looking at? We are looking at just it's soul crushing. It went so well for the first 2 sections that all blew apart. Such a shame. Continuing on, happy thoughts, silver lining, instructions. Is there any difference to this now? There isn't. There is not. 1. Now there's an association between movie and actor, let's continue at the columns, open the migration file in db migrate. For the movie table, add the following columns: string column title, column image, column release year, and column plot. Next, the migration file for actor table, add the following columns: string, first name, string, last name, column, image, column, bio. Then, in the migration file for the parts table, add the following lines. They add foreign keys that point to the movie and actor tables. T belongs to movie, movie, index true. T belongs to actor, index true. Run the migration to update the database with the 3 tables. 5. Open up DB seeds RB. We've added a few items here to seed the database with the movie and actors. Run rake DB seeds. Seed the database with the data in the DB seeds RB. Database seeds. We're actually in the seeds. And yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. It's doing Railsy things in Ruby, I suppose. We're not entirely sure. Does everything hurt? 4. Nice work. Let's review what we did. We added columns to the movie tables and actors to the actors tables. No, just kidding. I'm adding in words. Half of that sentence wasn't actually there. We're gonna stick to script. We added columns to the movie table and actors table. That's what it said. 2. We use the T belongs to methods in the parts table to add foreign keys, setting up the many-to-many relationships. 3. Finally, we ran migrations to update the database and seeded the database with the data in DB seeds. Instructions. Now that the models are set up, let's move on to the rest of the request response cycle and create routes, controllers, and views. Generate controller name movies, which I think is Rails. Generate controller movies. In the routes file, create a new route that maps the URL movies movie controller index. We know every time we do that it fails. We will open the file, we'll give it another shot just because we don't know when to give up. Which hurts, but whatever. So, config routes at the top. Do 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 dee 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 do. Copy. Ya da 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 ya da 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 da. What are we looking at? We want index as the action. Index. So, and then lastly, we want to do slash movies, which will be here. Slash movies, and then pages will be movies as well. Movies. Now, as we know, due to the sketchy environment for the Rails section, it's going to backlash at us, going to give us the error, but we're 99% sure that's correct. Go ahead and run. Ta-da! It says we're lying, but when we run it, it will, when we get code, after it all falls apart, as expected. Ta-da, look at that. Get slash movies, and index. We even had it properly spaced. Lines 2 and 4 were empty. How did we know? Ta-da. But, say la vie. Onwards. No, not onwards. Eichel, so you've been doing Codecademy for all 133 days. Yes. Yeah, I have. Shockingly. Let's check out. Ta-da. So, yeah, I mean, I could have powered through Codecademy a lot quicker. It's a weird... There's lots of stuff dealing with why I started the stream and why I ended up doing Codecademy. But yeah, so 15 courses I think we've completed now here at Codecademy. I think we're probably closer to 2/3 or even 3/4 of the way through. These 2 courses are new ones that they just added within the last like 2 to 3 weeks. But we've gone through course by course, Python, HTML, JavaScript, React. We're finishing up Ruby on Rails. We're probably at like the 80% mark. But when we finish this section, we'll be 100% done with that. All we have left regarding Ruby on Rails is the authentication section. Should only take 2 hours. Hopefully we'll be able to knock that all out tomorrow. And then Java, finally. We needed to jump ahead for Git because one of the courses recommended knowing it was either command line or deploy a website. But it's been going well. It's been going good. The only downside is that the Rails course, this course, has had a lot of just quirks within Codecademy itself. So it's made the learning curve for Rails extremely unpleasant. But we're knuckling through. We are so close. We're on 4. Technically, we'll be on 5. We just finished section 4 out of 7. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good. All right. what did we do? We knew we had the right answer there, except they lied to us and said we didn't. So we ran the get help, sorted itself out, and now, 2, in the route files, create a new route that maps the URL movies to the movies controller index. Then 3, then in the movies controller, add the index action to the display to display a list of all movies. To do this, fetch all movies from the database and store them in variable movies. In app views movies index.html.erb inside the div class main, iterate through each line of the movies in app movies and display the image, title, and release year. Run the local server and visit localhost 8000 movies, and we will run it, even though they restored everything and corrected it. Still not found. Shocking, right? Onwards. Next. Section 5 of 7, we are so close to being out of this Rails hell. My God, can't wait. Yeah, I saw you fighting with that just now. Yes, good. So, we're just making our way through. I was so excited to learn Ruby and Rails, but it's only here. And all the other courses they had to offer have been pretty awesome. Some courses are better suited for the Codecademy format. My favorite course, because I think it was the best fit for their environment, was where the devil did it go? SAS, right here in front of me. The SAS course was great here on Codecademy. I don't know if SAS is necessarily my favorite language. I don't think so. JavaScript is fun. CSS, definitely visual. That's nice and neat and tons of fun. But as far as courses to learn and experience here at Codecademy, SAS that's the one to follow. All right. Did you have prior coding experience, or is this stream your first time programming? I had very little experience with coding prior to doing this stream. I had actually done, like 4 to 5 years ago, I had done the Learn HTML and CSS Part 1 course, like their intro to HTML and CSS. And then I did the very first activity of Learn JavaScript, which is creating a text adventure game, which only gets you like 5 or 10% of the way through the course if you just complete that one. And don't mind me, I'm not freaking out. It's the breathing. Damn you. There is a cat sleeping in my lap. This is the feline. And all the fur and allergies and the death. I digress. Back to the learning curve. Didn't know much. I did this like 15, 14, 16, 20 hour code binge of learning HTML and then making the game like an all-nighter, and that was awesome. And I always wanted to learn coding like in that binge session format, just code all day long, but no one has 16 to 20 hours to just binge coding all day, every day. This was during college, and I was working, doing an internship, mostly full-time. So yeah, it slowly fell to the back burner, kind of like a pipe dream of just wanting to learn how to code. And only in the last year or so, and specifically the last 133 days, did I finally end up kicking off the stream. And the reason why Codecademy and coding is because the capture card I have, too good for my old crappy computer. So this is about all my computer can handle as far as streaming. So that's that. Have you made a demo site so far with these courses? Yes. There's a couple, kind of, to a degree. Nothing necessarily from scratch. Well, kind of scratch. Let me close out of that. Why do I have so many things open? They had the Make a Website course. So obviously you learn to make a website, but even going through learning the fundamentals, they kind of start you off from scratch with HTML and CSS. So learning HTML, I mean, you're basically just making a basic single web page. So, you know, it wasn't anything crazy, but you can kind of see that and you get a taste for it and they hint at it. And then things with learning JavaScript kind of continues on, actions you can do with the website. And then they kind of have, and they have it portioned off and they take different sections. There was kind of a lot of like redundant information within the make a website course and the deploy a website course that was taken from the HTML course here, which is the intro version, and the larger HTML course and the larger JavaScript course, like all of those. So I've seen a lot of kind of repeat info, and I've dabbled with creating a website here within Codecademy, but I haven't like deployed anything on my own at like GitHub or anything. I've set up GitHub. That was one of the courses, Codecademy as well, learning Git, where the, oh, it's down towards the bottom. This guy, learning Git. And that helped with the deploy a website course. They actually recommended learning it before doing the deploy a website course. So, GitHub. But yeah, I don't have anything to my name here on GitHub like posted yet. But yeah, you know, it's all slowly coming along. Right now, I'm just trying to survive the Rails course. It's not a good fit for their environment. It's not very polished right now, the course. And we're so close to the end. I can't wait to make it out of here. And once the goal is to just complete Codecademy. That was to get the ball rolling. It wasn't even to learn a specific language. It's just to make our way through. And mainly to build perspective. That way we can figure out which language we want to commit to, what other projects we can start to work on, what are the type of streams we can do, all that stuff. I've been taking a similar programming course though, Udemy. I've got through HTML and CSS. Currently I'm on JavaScript. Day 6 for me. Awesome, man. Way cool. Yeah, I have a Udemy course for JavaScript that I paid for. I just need time to focus on that. I think once I finish Codecademy, knocking out all the courses, which is the goal, I think I'm close to like 2/3 or 75% of the way through. We've only got these two they added recently. But towards the bottom, finishing Ruby, already out of the way. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 courses out of the 15 we've completed. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. What are we doing? What are we doing? Just picked up a MacBook Pro today as well. You're the first stream I've checked out on its first use. Is Codecademy free? Codecademy is free, and that's what I've been sticking to. They do have a paid-for option, and actually the Rails course is a great example of the paid-for option. There is... They have the, like, Pro. You can even see it right here. Upgrade to Pro in the upper right. It grants you access to, like, their live support people on the site. It also grants you access to, they have, all of the courses have free content. This guy, getting started, but all the pro stuff has pro, and you have to pay for all that. So the lovely upgrade now versus just diving straight into it. This course has a lot more, and it tells you too, if you do go to pro, it gives you 4 or 8 projects and 4 quizzes. That guy. right there. So you can see how much additional content they have. And it is good. If I haven't, they gave a taster of the pro course very early on in the HTML and CSS one, and it's basic things like multiple choice quizzes or little side projects using the whatever ideas you learned in that course. I just feel like you could use other free resources that are better. If you needed side project-y things to work on, you could go to like codewars.org or .com or something like that. So, or just, you know, a lot of the external resources is like guides for reading. Like, it's good to have and to reference, but I don't know if it's necessary. It's not necessarily worth it for me because I'm interested in pursuing other free resources right now. Topher. Hello. Hey, Topher. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, MacBook Pro, baller. I have one myself. Love it. Well, like super expensive. This is my first Mac, and while Codecademy seems cool, I will always use Udemy. Oh, I've always have used Udemy. It looked like the Ruby lesson you are on has an in-page code writing test. Or was I imagining things? Awesome. Thanks for answering questions. I'm going to go get dinner. Keep on keeping on. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Is it Eigel? Ogle? Eigel? I'm not good with usernames. You're going to be Captain Aw. So good. Thank you, Captain Aw, for stopping by. Where are we? We got totally sidetracked with question stuff, which is good. Questions are a friend, because Rails is not our friend. We are so close. 5 of 7. Focus. All right. Yeah, as far as Mac stuff, we'll continue the tangent. Mac Mini, old Mac Mini, like mid 2011, not hilariously old. And I recently upgraded some of the stuff, got rid of the old spinning hard drive, threw in an SSD, and crap load of RAM. Thing's a missile now compared to what it used to be. Used to be like waiting for a bus or a train to have the computer turn on. Yeah, now it's boom right there. It's spectacular. So yeah. Good times. Let's do things. What are we looking at? We are looking at section 5 from the top. Well done. The movies show up on the page. Let's add another action to display a specific movie and its actors. Looking at the 7 standard controller actions, we need to use the show action to do this. In routes files, let's open up files, config routes. Add another route to send requests to URLs like movies1, the movie controller show action as blah 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 movie. So we're going to steal our last lesson. Route, right? Controller view messages. We're going to go to create messages. And let's go ahead and steal this guy. We're going to open up config routes. Really? I thought they had the as stuff set up. Huh. Not cool. I was really banking on that being there. What else do we need to... I want they to have it in one of the lessons. Something as the other. I should have saved it myself. Can't freaking remember. Damn. PDX. Been considering making my own web dev tutorial series on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, MongoDB, and React. Started writing out lessons today. Got my green screen on. Got my green screen on order, so I'll start making the videos soon. Way cool. That'll be awesome. That'll be good times. Does free codecamp have MongoDB as one of the things available to it? Or within their site? Possibly. No one knows. Maybe. We were really struggling looking at travel app. Is that... Here we go. We were looking in the wrong lesson. Models, display, update destinations. This is what we want. Not necessarily section 7. We are looking for config routes. Aha! That's what we wanted. Get blah 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 as. You know what? We're going to steal the tag one. That's easier to work with. Copy those. And we are looking for right under here. But they want show is the action, which we have. Show is our action. Followed by movies 1. In the routes file, add another route to send requests URLs like movies 1. Maybe there's no ID to it. Movies 1 to the movies controller show action. Copy. So what do we have here? Probably just movies? I think. Either movies or movies/1. Let's give that a shot. Of course, it's going to hate us. Okay, so let's all relish in what we have here. Copy. So movies 1/movies show as movie, and it hates everything we did. So let's go ahead and run it through a few times. We'll get the code. It'll restore and add all the missing files. More importantly, did we get it right? Oh, look, we did get it right. Now, why was it on a different line, though? Movies ID. Damn them. Now, why did they have movies 1 in ID? We're still, you know, we're going to play by their rules. We're going to take literally what they have, copy, back out, get help, restart. And now we'll drop in. This is what they gave us. Get movies ID, movies at show as movie. And we'll run that. Ta-da! Error for everyone. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right? Fantastic. Run. Okay. They're still working. Oh wait, got my green screen on back order. So I will start making videos soon. They didn't last time I checked. Oh, that's not cool. They're still working on their backend section. Oh, they didn't. Oh, gotcha. I thought the they didn't was for the screen on order. Like you checked it and it wasn't ordered. But you're talking about my question that I asked as whether they had MongoDB at free code camp. Okay, so they didn't the last time I checked. They're still working on their backend section. No Node.js or React stuff. Oh, I thought they had Node.js stuff there. Interesting. I'm still probably going to pursue free code camp after Codecademy, but that's all right. Topher, follow to you if you do end up doing that in the future. Cool, thanks for the follow. Yeah, the videos will take me a bit to record and edit, but stay tuned. Noted. Pretty good understanding with HTML and CSS, but I've been struggling with JavaScript. Oh, really? Struggling with anything in particular? I've been struggling with the logical operators and loops so bad. Actually, mainly just logical operators. Most people new to programming struggle with logical operators. I just like to think of them as questions. My main thing that I struggled with, and that I'm still making issues with here, that I've seen across most languages, is just getting used to like the vocabulary. I'm still so new to like the programming environment and world. When I read things, I know I'm here in Codecademy and I'm focused on programming, but when I'll read something like in the routes file, add another route to send to the request, blah blah blah, to the movie's controllers show action, like the words like this, even though they have show highlighted, action is really like the key word. That's terminology, like vocab, and that's the little bit after the hashtag here. So this is the controller prior to the hashtag, and after that is the action, and like just the association of what they're asking and comprehending or having that connection occur between what they're highlighting and what they're referring to. It's that reference that doesn't happen a lot of the times. I'm getting better at having that reference occur more quickly, but I'll read through instructions and I'll just be like, I'll read it word for word, but it doesn't click because I'm reading it just as a human, and I'm still getting used to the vocab and like the references. And then when I see the error message or Topher points out something helpful, or I do get code and then I see it and then I look back, I'm like, oh, they literally told me they wanted the movie controllers show action. Movies in the controller spot and shows in the action spot. It's a lot of that I've run in with, but it's been that way for like all the languages. But yeah, learning the loops, where I first noticed struggling with like the vocab and the references, was back in JavaScript. So, and that was in the very, very beginning, right? It wasn't so much an issue with HTML and CSS, but yeah, once you start dealing with the logical operators and stuff, it was all downhill from here, really. Just bad times. So yeah, good. But that's just a little slice to my hell. With any in particular, most people, I always like to think of them as questions. If something is true and another thing is true, then do some action. If something is true or something, do. MVC is another concept that a lot of people struggle to wrap their minds around. All right, we needed to run it one more time, get the code yet again. Ta-da! In a nice way, I'm glad I'm not the only one who struggled with logical operators. Good. Yeah, no, that's everybody. So, section un. In the routes file, add another route to send the request to URLs like movies 1 to the movie collection show action. use as to name this route movie. Then in the movie's controller, add the show action to display a specific movie and its actors. First use movie.find to find the movie by its ID. Then retrieve all actors that belong to the movie and store them in the @actors. 3. In app view movies and show html.erb. Inside the div class movie, display the movie's image, title, release year, and plot. Below the H2 cast, iterate through each actor and display the image, first name and last name, and bio. Finally, in the app views, moviesindex.html.erb, below a movie's plot, use the link to add a link to that movie. Use the learn more for the link text. By giving show route a name of movie, Rails automatically creates a helper method named movie path. So use it to generate a URL to a specific movie's path. Visit localhost 8000 in the browser. Learn more. Click on learn more to see a movie and its actors. Ta-da! Still, even when they refresh everything, it's a colossal failure. Nothing found. But we're used to that. How long have you programmed for, Topher? Wow, programming since 1999 and a web developer since 2005. Good times, man. That is rather impressive. Topher, I'm old. There's no age on the internet. We'll download your consciousness and upload it in the internet. You know, it'll be the singularity. You can live forever. Great job. The app displays all actors that belong to a movie that has many. Through association lets us easily query if all actors belong to a movie. I desperately wish the site functioned so I could see what the hell they were rendering and the database and the app and all that cool shit. It'd be so much easier. Let's add the ability to see all movies an actor has appeared in. Generate a controller named actors. Rails generate controller actors. Okay. Enter. In the routes file, add a route that maps the URL actors to the actor's controller index. Here we go. Config routes. Copy. This will be, we're going to index, and this will be for /actors. Copy. Get rid of movies with actors. We'll go ahead and run that. Doesn't like it again, of course, per usual. And we're running, and then we're getting the code. Oh, look, get actors index. Shocking, we had it correct yet again. Followed by, in the routes file, add a route that maps the URL actors to the controller's index. Then, in the controller, add the index action to display a list of all actors. 4. In the app views actors index.html.erb, iterate through each actor and display the image, first name, and last name. 5. Back on the routes files, add another route to send requests to URLs like actors1 to the actor's controller's show action. Use as to name this route actor. That's everything that we're discussing here. Ta-da. Followed by Then in the controller, add show action to display a specific actor and the filmography. To do this, first find an actor by ID, then retrieve all the movies that belong to the actor. 7. In the app views actor show.html.erb, display the actor's image, first name, last name, and bio, then iterate through each movie and display its title, image, and release year. 8. Finally, in app views actor index.html.erb, below an actor's name, use link to add a link to that actor. Use learn more for the link text by giving the show route a name of actor. Rails automatically creates a helper method named act path, so use it to generate a URL to a specific actor's path. Visit localhost 8000 in the browser. Click on a movie to see its cast. Of course, it's not found. And then visit local 8000 actors. That's also not found. Click on an actor to see what movie he's appeared in. Beautiful. Section 7. What are we up against? Congratulations. You survived. Shocking. Congratulations on completing the course. Learn Ruby on Rails. You've learned a new skill. Not quite. Want to take a look at your profile and see what you've accomplished? Eventually. Got it. We still have to read through this nightmare, but more importantly, Topher, I started programming when I was 14 because my dad bought me the Borderlands C++ compiler for Christmas one year, and I felt obligated. Found out I love it. I see how some of these 20-somethings on Twitch program, though, and they blow my mind with what they already know. Yeah, I have no idea what any of the C languages entail. All I know is that they're difficult. That's the general consensus that I've heard about them. So, congratulations, you've built a movie website that lets people browse a movie's cast and actors' filmography. What can we generalize so far? Actors in movies can be modeled using a many-to-many relationship. In Rails, this can be implemented using has-many, through association. The has-many, through association joins two models via a third model. All right, that would have been super awesome to be able to actually see all the stuff that we've gone through for the last 4 activities. That way we could have a better appreciation for what the hell a Rails or a Ruby website or a Rails website looks like. Yet again, I know the Codecademy website is built upon Ruby on Rails for a vast majority of it. But still, would have been nice with all that time and effort thrown in. Let's go back and then hit next, and then we'll do up next. Does that load anything? There we go. That takes us out of here. Loading and closing you, and closing that, and this. Hey, cat, what are you doing with your claws? Nah. Okay. Programming in general is difficult. JavaScript is actually pretty closely related to the C-style languages. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I do like JavaScript, so that would be helpful if it's slightly similar, even in some aspects. That would be cool. Where are we off to next? Catalog. We have on the horizon for day 134 tomorrow, correct? Yes, tomorrow will be day 134, Ruby on Rails authentication. Learn how to add user sign-up, log in, and log out functionality to your Rails applications in this intermediate course. That'll be cool. In the meantime, let's see where we stand stat-wise as we conclude day 133. We are concluding day 133 with, we've now knocked out 100% of Ruby on Rails. We've got 1,535 points of confusion, frustration, success, and some achievement here at Codecademy with profile. How many badges are we up to now? She's loading 214 badges to our name with 16 skills/courses completed. Not too bad for 133 days. Right? Good times. All right. B. Dempsey. I'm only 22. Decided I wanted to pick up programming, especially with how technology is advancing. Yeah, it's a great time to get into programming and web dev. Actually, C is very simple. The hard part is learning to manage memory manually and pointers. Oh. Interesting. Good to know. Also, welcome, Dreadsteel. All right. Good times. Let's go ahead and back out of this. That was more fun than anyone wanted to have using Rails ever. So we are backing out of Codecademy. We start to close out of the stream. Side note, thank you all to everyone who stopped by. Awguile, Captain Aw, since I can't pronounce your username. B. Dempsey, thank you for stopping by. Topher, always a pleasure having you. And Dreadsteel, thank you for stopping by and for your input. Very handy. And to anyone else who happened to accidentally stop in to view the stream, or anyone else who came in here willingly on their own, kudos to you. Day 133 comes to an end. The adventure continues tomorrow with day 134. But in the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.